Welcome everyone to this review of WWE Raw, the episode of May 29th. The show begins with Seth Rollins making his entrance through the crowd. The new World Heavyweight Champion is greeted with cheers from his fans, who chant "You deserve it" in his honor. Seth declares that he will be a true champion and is ready to fight anyone. That's when AJ Styles arrives. AJ tells Seth that he doesn't deserve to be the champion, but acknowledges that he has earned the right and congratulates him. However, their conversation is interrupted by the arrival of Judgment Day. The faction asserts that with the downfall of the Bloodline, they now not only rule Raw but the entire WWE. Rhea Ripley then warns Rollins that a member of Judgment Day will claim his title. It could be Balor, Priest, or her Dom. Rollins and AJ laugh. Dominic questions their laughter, reminding them that he has already defeated AJ Styles. Dominic declares that he wants to crush them tonight. Rollins accepts the challenge, stating that anyone from Judgment Day can be the main event of his Monday Night Rollins. In backstage, Adam Pearce is on the phone discussing the possibility of AJ Styles appearing in the main event. Despite AJ being from SmackDown, Pearce wants to see him on Raw for tonight. Seth Rollins and AJ Styles join the conversation. Rollins urges Pearce to find a way to make the match happen. Pearce asks if AJ has his wrestling attire, to which AJ confirms and tells Pearce to arrange the match. Pearce finalizes the call, and the match is officially set. Next up is the first Money in the Bank qualification match between Ricochet and The Miz. We witness a great match between Ricochet and The Miz. The Miz reminds us that he is not just a comedian but also a former champion. Towards the end of the match, Ricochet climbs the turnbuckle and executes a shooting star press for the pinfall victory. Given the high-flying nature of the Money in the Bank match, it was expected that Ricochet would qualify. He is already preparing to deliver some spectacular moments, and I'm sure we can expect an exciting performance from him. Trish Stratus makes her entrance, wearing her attire from Saturday. She dismisses the "Thank you Trish" chants, noting that nobody has been chanting that tonight. She taunts Becky Lynch about her victory over her, claiming that Lynch will have a hard time dealing with it as usual. Stratus reminds everyone that she had warned them about defeating Lynch and introduces Zoe Stark, whom she sees a bit of herself in. Stark expresses gratitude to Stratus for her trust. Becky Lynch makes her entrance, also wearing her Saturday attire, seemingly not by coincidence. Lynch proposes finishing the match from Saturday. She takes down Stark and throws her into the barricades before entering the ring to confront Trish Stratus. However, Stark returns and the two of them launch a brutal attack on Lynch. We move on to a match that, in my opinion, seems unnecessary between Indus Sher and Javier Bernal and Kevin Ventura-Cortes. Indus Sher quickly emerges victorious, and that's the end of it. Next, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens make their entrance, with Owens wearing a Usos t-shirt. Zayn proudly declares that they didn't just successfully defend their tag team titles, they won. They won just as they had promised. The bloodline has crumbled, and it was the worst night of Roman Reigns' life. He got exactly what he deserved. Zayn says that no matter how far Reigns goes, every time he looks in the mirror he will be reminded that he was beaten by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The tag team champions are interrupted by Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser acknowledges their impressive victory on Saturday, but claims it wasn't as impressive as Gunther's win. Owens is furious at their interruption, questioning why they are even there when their names weren't even mentioned. Zayn asks Owens to calm down but agrees with him, stating that there's an unwritten rule that you don't interfere unless your name is mentioned. Zayn mentions their upcoming match against Alpha Academy and recalls how they humiliated them last week with Matt Riddle. Kaiser retorts that it's Matt Riddle who is embarrassing, and Owens and Zayn as tag team champions are embarrassing. Owens, however, changes the subject, expressing his frustration that Kaiser is always referred to as the skinny guy and Gunther as the guy with the ears but never the bald guy, Vinci, whom he nicknames Baldy. Chad Gable interrupts the conversation, asserting that the new and improved Alpha Academy, now including Maxon Dupree, will teach Imperium a lesson tonight. The match was an enjoyable watch, as expected with these two teams. During the match, Valhalla makes her way to ringside. Dupree tries to kick her away, but Valhalla remains standing and chases Dupree backstage. Towards the end of the match, Otis bounces off the ropes, but Vinci pulls the rope down, causing Otis to fall out of the ring. Vinci tags in and delivers a spinebuster to Gable. Kaiser follows up with a kick, and Imperium executes their powerbomb and uppercut combination on Gable for the 3 count. Next, we have a fatal 4-way tag team match to crown new women's tag team champions. The teams involved are Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi, Bayley and Io Sky, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. While I'm not a big fan of these types of matches with 4 teams but with only 2 wrestlers in the ring, it's a good match, and it's evident that each team is determined to win the titles. Towards the end of the match, Rousey and Sky find themselves on the turnbuckle, and Shotzi intervenes by powerbombing both of them. She then climbs the turnbuckle herself, with Baszler attempting to stop her, but Shotzi pushes her away. Shotzi performs a senton from the top rope, but Rousey catches her mid-air and applies an armbar, causing Shotzi to submit immediately. As a result, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler become the new women's tag team champions. Then it's Dolph Ziggler versus JD McDonagh. In this match, both JD McDonagh and Dolph Ziggler start brawling right away, and the intensity spills to the outside of the ring. McDonagh throws Ziggler into the announce table and steel steps, resulting in the referee calling for the bell and declaring a double count out, signifying the end of the match. However, the action doesn't stop there. After the match, McDonagh doesn't let up and uses the steel steps to further assault Dolph Ziggler. McDonagh sends a clear message, stating that this day will be remembered by Ziggler. Next, Cody Rhodes steps into the ring and shares his thoughts about his loss to Brock Lesnar. He explains that he intentionally didn't tap out because he believes that a man who submits is not the kind of man he wants to become. Rhodes brings up John Cena as an example, emphasizing the motto, "Never give up." Directing his words to the camera, Rhodes poses a question to Lesnar, asking if he is satisfied with the result. Rhodes declares that their score is now even and extends an open challenge to Lesnar and asks him if he is man enough to accept it. During an interview, Matt Riddle expresses his enthusiasm for WWE Money in the Bank and the possibility of winning the contest. However, his moment is interrupted by Gunther, who declares that he wants Riddle to win the Money in the Bank briefcase so he can cash it in on him. Riddle ponders the statement, contemplating the potential implications. The second Money in the Bank qualifying match features Shinsuke Nakamura against Bronson Reed. It proves to be a significant challenge for Nakamura, while Reed sees it as a genuine opportunity to secure a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. In the final moments of the match, Bronson Reed attempts a tsunami splash, but Shinsuke Nakamura evades it and counters with a Kinshasa. Reed tumbles out of the ring, while Nakamura delivers a dropkick from the outside. However, Reed manages to barely make it back into the ring. Ultimately, Nakamura secures the victory with another Kinshasa, securing the win for himself. It's now time for the main event in a highly intense match. Seth Rollins initially mistakes Dominic Mysterio for his opponent, but it turns out to be Finn Balor. Rollins starts strong but is soon overwhelmed by his formidable opponent. Eventually, Rollins tags in AJ Styles, who briefly takes control until Damian Priest interferes, causing chaos in the ring. Styles attempts a phenomenal forearm but is thwarted by Dominic, who taunts him from the outside. Priest then launches Styles over the announce table. Styles becomes isolated by Priest and Finn Balor. Rollins takes out Dominic, leading to a confrontation with Rhea Ripley. Mommy and her Dom are ejected from the ringside area. At the end of the match, AJ Styles goes for a phenomenal forearm, but Priest evades it and counters with a crucifix bomb for a cover. However, before the referee can complete the count, Seth Rollins interrupts with a stomp on Priest. Rollins then tags in and delivers another stomp on Priest, securing the pinfall victory. Indeed, it was a great show with an exciting main event. Seth Rollins suits the championship well, and I'm also looking forward to seeing him defend it in future matches. What did you think? Did you enjoy this episode of Raw? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and take care.